This is home for me, Toomelah. We had no street lighting, no nothing. We had kerosene lights, but we had a big flat where all the kids used to play till around about 8 o'clock-ish. We're in the middle and all the parents and grown-ups are all around us watching us playing. Back in the days, families were everything.
The community of the Gomeroi Nation people, and it's a unique place that you don't get to see nowadays.
It's a beautiful part of the world. There's, two rivers just behind us that meet, two major rivers. There's wildlife everywhere.
There is good people live out there. At the end of the day, we all need opportunities.
Toomelah is an Aboriginal mission in northern New South Wales, just near the Queensland border. It's had a lot of struggles over the years, and they take some pride in the fact that they're still here. They've worked through a lot of hard times.
Been involved with the Land Council probably 6 years now, probably chair for the last 2-3 years. When I first got on the board, I think the Land Council was struggling a little. Community issues and board really wasn't working together.
I'm the CEO of the Toomelah Local Aboriginal Land Council. I've been thankfully recruited a couple of years ago by the current board of directors. We're only a small community, we're not a large operation by any sense, but we're trying to achieve as much as we can given the resources that we have. So my job as a CEO is to ensure that we get the services coming in, discuss issues where possible, and make sure that at least we have a point of discussion and come up with some solutions.
I first came to be a member in 1993, and I think since 1994 I've been the longest serving board member.
Bridget first came here about 5 years ago, I think. We dealt more trying to strengthen our board. We've done that real good. I think our board now is pretty switched on and they know what Land Council roles are.
When we start working with community, we'll be with the community for up to 5 years. We're not here just to come in and deliver a program and disappear. We're here to work with the board, work with the community, start to build what we call strong foundations with the community. Strong foundations is about having a strong base, which is around administration and governance. Malcolm has been a great chair. He chairs a good meeting, keeps everyone in line, understands the process, and has been a real advocate for Toomelah.
The first thing is you've got to be functioning, make sure that the office has got to be running smoothly. It'd be good to see some kind of workforce in the community, which we don't have now since the CDP program finished in 2009. And it's shocking to see no one out there doing things like how they used to. It'd be a big thing for us if we had some sort of workforce within our community.
Living in Toomelah, the Land Council's got to be real viable and stable for anything to happen within the community. If you visit other communities around Australia, I think we all got the same issues, and Land Councils are trying to get on top of a lot of things, working with them.
We came on board in 2017 when ACAP came here to build the building behind us. The Army and the federal government asked Many Rivers to come and help the organisation work through their governance and work with the board, but also to see what benefits the building could have.
The hall is named after my grandmother. The hall is named Suki McGrady Memorial Hall. She was a big inspiration to everybody. The young girls, when they left school, they had meetings to work out what they were going to do when they left school. And so my grandmother said, we'll put them to work. So the young girls were set out to work, like house cleaning. It meant a lot to them. They got pocket money and get off the community for a while.
Auntie Elaine is one of the current board members, and she's a bit of a legend. This is her home. She is probably the anchor to the community within the board. She has so much knowledge of the place and so much knowledge of Toomelah and the country and where it is, and she's passionate about that. She tries to pass that on because that will be as important in what she's doing now, is making sure that that knowledge that she has and that experience that she has within the mission is passed on, and there is a new advocate to take on that role.
Beaver Lagoon, that's our sacred place. It's the resting place of the rainbow serpents. I remember the one meeting we went out there for, and it was late in the afternoon, and the elders was on the bus, and our Mrs. Cubby, she's kept on asking the time because the shadows were getting longer, and, well, we got to get out of here before 5, before sundown, because the gussies will come. The gussies are ghosts.
Malcolm is passionate about employment. He's passionate about training people and then really working with outside agencies about getting those people employed. One of the businesses we're starting to look at and develop in Toomelah is around a firewood business. We've been able to secure funding, and in the next month or so we'll be bringing out all the equipment and starting the business out here, which will employ hopefully up to 4 to 6 people, and that will be ongoing support from the firewood business in the lead up to the firewood business getting started. Malcolm's been doing a lot of training with people around the place. We had about 10 people doing heavy machinery training. We were clearing the site where all the equipment will go.
Well, we're getting this wood chopping factory going. We've never had anything like this before. We had our fella chopping wood for us, you know, but not our own business, that's it, yeah.
Taking that opportunity to be a leader in the community and getting advice from a few of my elders on the board as well, showing them what young people want as well, not only thinking about the past.
To have a better quality of life, you need to sustain a sustainable income. Wealth dependency doesn't cut it. Our main focus is in our rank because that's the biggest project for Australia, and it's right in our back door.
It's very important, especially a place like Toomelah, to have a community and the organisation buy into what they want to do, so they get that ownership, and that will then be a sustainable project. We work on strategic planning, we work on business planning, we look at the opportunities that are coming, we help them talk to major proponents that are coming forward, like Inland Rail. The ultimate goal is to make a place like Toomelah a self-sufficient community, so people can live here, they can work here, they can go shopping here.
We've been getting opportunities for employment and dealing with Inland Rail and all this road work and cultural and heritage stuff. That's basically coming through the Land Council. That gives us first insight on what's coming and the availability for employment, and hopefully there's more to come down the track.
I believe nearly 70 service providers come into the community. If we got a portion of that, that would create ongoing employment opportunities that would be sourced to the local community. And you can't get anything better than working with the young community because you know the ins and outs of those community people's lives.
Community service providers, they'll come in, they'll do a function, they'll leave again. What we've tried to do is work with the community to get them to a stage where they don't need that service provider, they can function without them. When things go wrong at the moment, they need to bring outside people in. When things go wrong in the future, we want to have the Land Council respond and be able to do it themselves. The idea is to really build up the employment arm of the Land Council so it benefits the community and the wealth starts to generate within inside themselves.
It also gives the young people in the community that have developed those skill sets an opportunity to continue on further. We've got to slowly chip away at it and get to it. People in here, born and bred here, they don't want to go anywhere else, and it's an opportunity for them to pick up and have the same vision as the boards, and we got to sell that out to the community, and the only way we can do that is engage more.
We're doing all right today because we got a young girl in there that's really doing well. I think the CEO said she might be able to take over this position as CEO. She's got the potential to do so.
If we start up our own little businesses here with Land Council, or even encourage local people to start their own little businesses, people say the sky's the limit. You got to want to do it. Just imagine if every household in Toomelah had mum and dad working, or even sons and daughters. You know, the benefits they reap from it.
The long-term goals that we've discussed with Toomelah over the last couple of years is to start getting small community businesses up and running to start to build up that economic basis for the Land Council. Trying to get the shop up and running again, just for the community benefit, but also the fact that COVID showed that the community needed to be more self-sufficient. When you have a community shop, you get a sense of community.
I'd just like to say to the community out there, we'd like you to support the Land Council in any way you can.
Probably my biggest focus is ensuring that, the community engages with one another more, get involved.
Once we work together, I think a lot of things will fall in place and we'll get that opportunity in employment.
We have to make decisions on what's right for the community.
My role here is to help them, and then my role is to make myself redundant. The brand that we bring with Many Rivers is we're working with you, we're walking with you. Too often in this space, programs and institutions will come and impose on organisations. Many Rivers isn't really about that. Many Rivers is about working with the community to find out what they want, and then working with them to do that.